Hey, everybody, welcome to Business Over Breakfast. My name is Ben Barber.
My name is Lori Jatari. I wish I had the voice you had. Hey, good morning. Oh, you have coffee,
I have tea,
tea.
and actually, there's no tea left in here. Um,
You want to go
I'm
get some more tea?
no. I'm not going to go get more tea right now. I had
You
a
know, I buy tea now from the Medicine Woman's Cabinet, one of our former guests. It's wonderful, but I start my morning with coffee.
I had my first coffee in a couple years the other day, and it was an iced coffee, and it was at like 2 in the afternoon, and I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
Uh, which is very sad to say, but I like couldn't get to sleep that night because of the caffeine. I
Yeah.
haven't had like even most of the tea that I drink is non-caffeinated. No reason, but
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, I haven't had coffee in a really long time. It was good.
So I can imagine. No, I love coffee. I love the smell of it and the taste. It's like a little, and we have an amazing coffee machine. So I'm done. Hey, I was born in Colombia. What can I say?
Were you really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I was born in Colombia. My dad had a business there. He manufactured rivets and eyelets. And he after he graduated from MIT, he went traveling into South America, and Barranquilla, Colombia was his first stop on the Magdalena River, which is a huge like import export center in South America, and that's where I showed up.
Well, there you go. That's
Yeah.
I have a I had a not a friend. It was a kid that I babysat a long time ago that was born in Japan when his parents met in the military, and they were stationed in Japan, and that's where he was born. And that was a cool like thing for. Did you used to tell people all the time when you were like growing up, like, hey, you know what? I was born in Colombia, and they were like, no, you're not.
Well, no, actually, most of my friends growing up in Cumberland, Rhode Island, knew that Columbia was like a big part because my dad lived there and we lived here with my mom in Cumberland. And so we went back and forth all the time. I actually went to school there for half a year. And
Oh wow.
yeah, so and then I hadn't been in like 40 years. And Scott and I just went last year for 3 weeks traveling. I said I just needed to see those places. And it was pretty crazy. 40 years of change was a big change. I was expecting like, oh, I remember this neighborhood. Nope, it was just like crazy, busy neighborhood now.
Oh wow.
But we had a blast. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were having a conversation before we started about, and this morning I was doing some work with Scott, some pre-work with Scott for a client, trying to get like there's so many different facets for how to make streaming work, and people and recording and virtual recording and all of that stuff. And it's been a year and change of it.
Yeah.
And people are still uh fascinated by it, tweaking things, getting better. Like so many people have gotten better at it. And it's funny, like you and I were just having a conversation about eye lines
Right.
right before
Right.
we started.
Yeah.
Um
Well,
and
and
I
as
said,
a communications person, I think that such a huge part of communication is body language and all that unspoken stuff that happens. And so I'm always concerned that I'm not looking at the camera. Now I'm looking at the camera, right? I look like I'm looking at the audience and you, but I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at a camera. So I'm not making that connection. So I need to like come down here. And I was thinking, the question I think a lot of people bring up is, do we just get used to not making eye contact with people, to connecting, but how are we connecting in different ways? Like I would prefer to have your photo up, but you had some great insight on eyeline, and I think it's really relevant now for what people are experiencing.
Sure. So I think that like 99% of the people and almost every 99% of the people watching this, probably close to 100 if they're watching this, have been on a Zoom call this year. And everyone knows what that's like, and everyone has seen it, and they know that you're not looking directly into your camera, because if you're looking directly in your camera, you're not paying attention to what's going on.
Mhm.
And like, if this was a TV interview, then yes, the camera would be here, and there would be a monitor of you right there, and you would be far enough away that it would look like I'm
Yeah.
looking exactly into the camera when I'm reading a teleprompter or looking directly into your eyes. And that's just
Yeah.
not how not how any of these platforms work. And the fact that we're looking at each other and our eyes are just slightly down from the camera, I
Yeah.
don't think is a big deal. And I don't think that anybody notices and cares really. I think that when you're on an iPad and you're looking at the person and it looks like you're looking over here because the camera to the iPad is here, but the person's over here because of the perspective, that can be an issue.
Mhm.
And on a phone, like, you should give yourself the space, because again, the camera's right here and the people are here, and that's a big difference. But the vertical, I don't think is
Oh, that's
huge difference at all.
interesting. So you think like the horizontal eye line shift is different than the vertical?
The horizontal eye line shift is very different, but also it's like what you're doing, right? So if we're having a conversation, everyone immediately, they get it from context that you and I are looking at each other when
Mhm.
we're looking straight ahead and not up at the camera.
Yeah.
And but if this was a monologue, if this was let me just do this for a second. If this was hey everybody, and you can't even see my eyes right now because I don't have my light with me today, so I'm gonna do this
Mhm.
for a second. There's a huge difference between me going hey everybody, I really want you to check out my new car dealership, it's beautiful, blah 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 blah,
Yeah.
and I'm looking directly into the camera. But if I'm looking at myself recording this in whatever platform I'm using,
Uh-huh.
then hey everybody, I really, now it looks weird. It looks weird if I'm doing like
Right. Yeah, you're right.
thing and I'm looking down.
Like you're talking to yourself.
Yeah, if you're doing like a commercial and you're looking away from the camera, that's an issue. But if you're having a conversation with somebody, then everyone immediately just instinctively, intuitively knows you're talking to the person. You're looking at the person. That's where the person's eye line is for you.
And you know what that makes me think about? Well, I remember years ago people walking down the street with just their headphones, So initially it was, oh, we just use our headphones to listen to music, right? Yeah. And then people were talking, and I remember thinking, that's so strange. They're just talking, they kind of look strange. They're walking down the street. But now, I mean, I'm on a busy street where people are walking all the time by themselves and talking with making hand movements and talking to people, and it's like no big deal. So in this changing environment around technology and how we connect with people, like it is like you just get used to these different ways of being, I guess.
We're adaptable too, right? Like we're all adaptable to our surroundings, and things that were strange don't feel strange anymore. I mean, it wasn't that long ago the first time that I ever ordered something online, and got it. And honestly, there was a huge difference between the first time I ordered something online and it was like a rare thing that you couldn't find anywhere else, so you got it shipped on eBay, to like, those Planters mixed nuts that I buy at Walmart are like $5 cheaper on Amazon, and I could still get those tomorrow. Like, let me do that. It went from like, oh, maybe I can find this online, to like, yeah, that'll be here tomorrow, and it should be. And if it's not here tomorrow, I'm mad about it. And
but you cannot get the specialty Rheinberger nut butters.
Yes, this was this entire scenario was a transition, Lori. Thank you very much.
I'm so perceptive.
So let's move into the meat and potatoes of the show.
Oh, right.
Or the nut butter of the show.
Yeah.
So we are in I have nothing to do with it.
Oh, yeah.
But the collective we are in beta for the Shop Local Rhode Island Marketplace. How do you feel, Lori?
Oh my God. I feel like I have like the eternal inside scream going on right now. And I'm exhausted and I'm excited. And in the coaching world, we say scare-sighted. Like, I am scared. I am excited. I am just keeping my fingers crossed, but it's working. The site is working, and we have been working, oh my God, for the last week till 1 a.m. every day. I literally last night got up at around 9 from my desk, and I had to do 20 jumping jacks because I was just like, this is so crazy. Working through. So, I mean, everyone knows that when you go into beta, it's functionality, function. How are people going to use this site? How are we going to get these little glitches out? What is the process? And now we have a very concise 10-page vendor registration guide to go through every single step of how you get on the marketplace and how you set up as a vendor. I mean, one of the cool things, Ben, is this site, like no other marketplace site, already incorporates 2,000 businesses within a directory, within a searchable directory. So it's pretty robust. It's pretty robust. And I reached out to our friend at Simplicity Print Studios. I got some swag. Shop Local Rhode Island. I got a t-shirt that I was wearing all weekend. Shop Local Rhode Island. And we're going to get more. And we're going to have some embroidery on the hats. And so we got to go make another visit over there. But yeah, it's rolling. And in 10 days, we are going to have a marketplace. Yeah.
All
Houston,
right.
we have a marketplace.
But we should make that reference more local. It's Shop Local Rhode Island. We can't say Houston.
Let's see.
Cranston has the same amount of Cranston has the same amount of syllables as Houston.
Cranston, we have a marketplace.
There you go. Thank you, Carrie, for your excitement.
Oh, yeah.
This is a remarkably huge endeavor.
Yeah, Carrie is awesome.
So you have the marketplace, you have what you've been building on Shop Local to begin with in general before the marketplace. And then you're also, still running your marketing agency. So how hold on. Carrie says, Lori, you are awesome. I agree, Carrie. What, are you guys after this just going to take like a month in the Airstream and relax, or
I'll tell you, I woke up the other morning thinking, really, I was in, my brain is just, the cool thing is when I don't sleep on this stuff, I'm excited. I am like, this is incredible. It is probably the biggest project I've ever worked on. It's, you're holding space for these businesses to create a line of success for them. And you're working with the businesses and loving every minute of that. So the excitement is so intense. So the other morning I was in my head planning and not sleeping. And then I started thinking about my calendar and when I was going to try and find 3 weeks of solitude somewhere in an Airstream. But I have to say, I am taking some time at the end of the month and doing a little road trip with my daughter. She's moving from Austin to San Francisco. So I'm going to spend some time with her and move her into a new place, which isn't quite solitude, but she's my fuel. So my kids fuel me. So that's a good thing.
A road trip from Austin to San Francisco sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
really great. What is the obviously, like, there are things that you learn. There's learning curves when you're starting to build an online marketplace on top of just a directory. And I say just a directory, like the directory was huge in and of itself, but to be building this platform on top of it, what has been the biggest challenges that you've stumbled into?
I think the biggest challenge was so we put a stake in the ground after the directory. You know, we could have just ditched the directory and said, now we're a marketplace. We're going to get people on the marketplace. And I think that Scott and I felt, I mean, you know, what's the reasoning behind what you do? And in our company, we always choose people first. So it's you can't create something, or in our world, we don't create things for the next best thing. We create things to build on. And that was the reason that we created the marketplace in the first place. It came from our state shut down. Nobody knew what was going on. And we wanted to maintain that focus and that level of access for small businesses. You know, I half jokingly said, I wish the big box stores shut down, and that would have forced everybody to figure out where the real small businesses are instead of the other way around. And so now the small businesses are in catch-up mode. So the biggest learning of this was, how do we maintain a directory of the businesses that just want to be found? And how do we build on that to allow those businesses to sell their products in a marketplace? And even our developers, we're working with a company called Shoop, and they're out of Finland and Vancouver. And we tried so hard to work with a Rhode Island company. And we will now, because of the work we've done with our initial developers, we'll now be able to transition the work into a company with Envision Technologies in Rhode Island, really great company. But we are doing all the back end crazy developer work. And I think so the learning curve is, we are a marketing organization and we are building, I want to swear, but we are building a big effing website. And so we know how to build websites, but this is like beyond. And you know what? I don't know. Can I show you the website? Is it maybe next week we can do a run through?
Yeah. I mean, is the website, if I go to shoplocalrhodeisland.com right now, is it no. So you can, if you want to, show us.
You
the
know
website.
what? Let's do it next week. We'll set it up. Yeah, because it's behind a firewall right now. And we have our beta companies working, filling out their Excel spreadsheets and bulk uploading all their products into the site. Right now, we are at 40 products and we have 20 more companies to go through beta. So by the time the public sees the site, there'll be a lot of products and some really nice functionality and streamlined service. So we are just like cranking on all cylinders. It's so cool. It's so cool. And so Ben, I want to say so we are working on creating sponsorships in the site. So we want, we need support. We're not taking any percentages of small business sales. It's membership driven. So based on your company, every single company in the directory will be able to upload 5 products for free. So you can put anybody in the directory right now, find 5 things that you want to sell from your business and get them up on the marketplace when it goes public. Outside of that, it's all membership driven. And part of the sponsorship is to be interviewed on our Business Over Breakfast video and podcast, and then have our marketing team develop a business profile like we've always done for the businesses that were in the directory. So that's going to be a new offer. We're going to do a little bit of new branding here, and then become a sponsor, and you will be able to be interviewed by Ben and I. We'll create a beautiful business profile for you and a little marketing brochure that you'll get to use. And so we're hoping that that's how we can generate this support within the small businesses. I can go, I can go on and on, right? Small businesses are over 98% of Rhode Island businesses. Like, come on, you got to do this. You got to get involved. So I know you're giving me.
Go ahead.
The thing is, Rhode Island, small businesses are over 98% of Rhode Island businesses. 98% of our businesses are small businesses. 2,000 plus of those are on Shop Local Rhode Island right now. Small businesses employ over 55% of Rhode Islanders. And that is why we're doing what we're doing. We can get everything we need in Rhode Island, but we need sponsors and businesses. Sponsors to support the site and businesses to sell their stuff on the site. And so that's my spiel. I'm sticking to it. But I would say we are in a big push right now, and we are going live before July 1st. It's freaking like.
You seem excited.
This could be like no sleep excited too. No sleep and living on coffee excited. But
yeah, but I don't think it's that.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think what's funny is that and you're a master life coach, so I'm sure that you've heard what I'm about to say before, but my life coach always said, and this was a quote from someone, I believe, and I don't know who it is, that pain pushes until pleasure pulls. And I feel like that is what is happening with coming out of the pandemic for businesses and organizations, is that we've created these new platforms. We've created these new ways of doing business, of communicating with each other, of whatever the case may be, because of a pain point. And that's that's a lot of these businesses had to create an online presence because they had no other opportunity, because their brick and mortar were closed, because they didn't have those opportunities that they would normally have in pandemic times. And that is a pain that is pushing you to do something different. And now with this marketplace, what is remarkable about it is that you're going to be giving these businesses that started with this pain point the ability to offer the same convenience that we talked about from Amazon, but you don't have to worry about feeling like terrible because the mixed nuts that you bought the day before had to go on a plane. And you know what I mean? And
Ben, all right, shout it out. Who's got mixed nuts?
Who has mixed nuts? Because I will buy them. I will buy mixed nuts. We always have a pantry full of mixed nuts.
That's awesome.
But seriously, that's to be able to go, and then it's the marketing of it, right? So it's how do we make sure that every Rhode Islander knows, hey, if you're someone who is conscious about the environment and conscious about supporting big business over small business, like not supporting big business over small business. I mean,
Mhm.
there is an opportunity here to keep all of your convenience with none of the guilt.
Yeah. I
Ooh,
think that
all of the convenience, none of the guilt is a good tagline.
I like it. Yeah, you're right. Because there are so many different variables around why this is important. So obviously we've created this over the last year. And a year ago, we started the directory. I always said I wanted it to be a marketplace. That never changed. There was nothing ever different from the day we bought, the RI Thrives URL. Now we call our video series RI Thrives. But this is the whole point of it is there are so many different angles, right? Helping small business, employing and bringing that money into the communities when the federal government has also shifted a ton of money into our communities. Like, don't send that money out to Atlanta or Chicago. Keep the money here so that the small businesses can grow, so they can employ another person, so that they can support the softball team down the street, so that they can build playgrounds and schools and pay, I hate to say it, but pay more taxes so that our education systems get better. And, there are communities that give private money into their school departments because the government isn't supporting the school. I mean, to the level that families want the schools supported. So there are so many different reasons. And on the small business side, they've also gotten all that federal money to learn how to go digital. So now they got the tools. So it's don't just put those tools on a shelf, make money with them.
Tina makes a great point here as well. So they become accessible and inclusive to all.
Right.
Yeah.
We're doing this, Ben. Yeah. And I feel like we have been, this, I'll say this and you'll know where I'm coming from, but we have been consistent every week over the last year, almost every week over the last year, talking to small businesses, talking about small businesses, understanding the intricacies of what we do to create our own businesses. So I think that this is, it's time for, let's say, the small businesses to take up their own authority in their own lives as a master life coach. It's just like anybody saying, like, this is what I want to do in my life. Like, how do you create your life? I don't know. I feel so deeply about this. So let me just run the world.
I almost feel like we should create a second show called the Shop Local Show.
Yeah.
Which is only short interviews with business owners and just try to get every single business owner in the state on the show.
We could do like your 5-minute show. We could do it like that.
Yeah.
We're just lightning round on every small business, but that's a lot of businesses, but let's start with the businesses on the marketplace.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Here's another shout out. If the Mixed Nuts guy if the Mixed Nut business wants to get on video, get your butt over here and we want to interview you.
Yes, absolutely.
But you know what? I would say that to any business. If you want to get on our show and talk about your business, let's do it. We're having fun. I know, Ben, my energy is like off the wall today. Sorry.
No, don't be. All right. So
we gotta get her out of here.
Yeah, we gotta go. So by July 1st.
Oh, wait, before July 1st, but we plan on beta for 10 days, maybe 7 if it's going smoothly. And if it's going really smoothly, we go public on the 21st, which will mean that next week we can go live and you can pull it right up and see what's on there.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Lori. I will talk to you soon.
Ben, you're amazing.
Get some sleep, please.
Sorry.
Why? What?
I know. Wait, I'm excited.
I know that's a good thing, but get some sleep too.
Yes. Yes,
All
sir.
right. I will. All right. Check out Shop Local Rhode Island, everybody. Bye.